Not being able to screw is as bad as not being able to write.
Maybe you should try writing again.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I'm not the burning bush. I made a suggestion, not a commandment.
The question of the hour. So, what have you been writing all summer? I should just tattoo nothing on my middle finger and be done with it. If only that weren't typed with such a heavy sigh. If only I could lose myself in the bright light of the gargantuan monitor that sits before me in this darkened room and spill myself like a glass of blood-red wine all over the keyboard. Like a lost lamb who knows she's headed for a slaughter, I've been just wandering aimlessly, looking for a way out anywhere I can find it, but I've known all along that the only way out is right through the grinder. The words just aren't there, other than some deep pontificating on venues such as Facebook or calling into the local talk radio station and sounding off. Having a mock political debate with people knowing full well I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but truth be told, I don't have a clue. It's just another way to vent and hear the sound of my own desperate voice. It seems I was a pretty angry young woman at one time, but then I grew up, I got married, built a fairy tale life, then it all came down like a castle made of sand in a crushing tide. Now, I'm just an angry old lady. I have aches and pains, I'm eccentric and crotchety, and bitch incessantly about the youth and how the world's gone to hell in a handbasket. And I'm not even done with my 30s yet. Ever hear the story about the frog and the scorpion? I do want to write. I think. Maybe I don't. Maybe now that I'm being discovered, I want to be hidden again. But, like a witch's curse, it is my nature. It's what I do. Eventually, when the medication wears off, when the fleeting glow of flirtation fades, friends have walked away or stayed, when wisdom steps in to take the hand of the loneliness of being a writer, I'll write. Everything else is skin deep. But writing, that's as deep in me as a razor's cut. It's too late. I'm out there. And you can't take it back once you're out there. As the good doctor said, maybe I should just try writing again.
I'm in a lot of trouble, Doctor. Frankly, I don't have the strength or the courage to go on like this, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to. Every day, I get a little more depressed. I get a little more desperate. I feel like I'm worse off than when I first started with you.
When you first started with me, you were a mess.
I'm still a mess. I haven't changed.
Don't you know by now that changing one's basic character is next to impossible?
No. I don't know that. Jesus, Doctor, if I thought I couldn't change, I wouldn't have come to see you in the first place.
I didn't say you couldn't.
You just said it was impossible.
I said it was next to impossible.
Well, shit, Doctor. Next to isn't that far removed.
If it were, there'd be no analysts.
Not an entirely unhappy prospect, Doctor.
Did I ever tell you the story about the frog and the scorpion?
No.
A scorpion who couldn't swim asked the frog to carry him across the river on his back. The frog said, "You think I'm crazy? Halfway across the river, you'll sting me and I'll drown." "That's not reasonable," said the scorpion. "If I sting you and you drown, I'll drown too." Frog thought about it, said, "Climb on." Halfway across the river, the scorpion stung the frog. And as the frog was drowning, he said to the scorpion, "But now you'll drown too." And the scorpion said, "Yes, I know. But that's not reasonable," said the frog. And the scorpion replied, "Reason has nothing to do with it. I'm a scorpion. It's my character."
You know what I feel like telling you?
Yes. You feel like telling me to go fuck myself. And you probably will, because that's your character.
See you next Tuesday. until